Hello everyone, and we are back with the next mission. Now we're playing as the Rohirrim faction, the Rohan faction. This is the first real faction that we're gonna play in the game. They are the Horse Lords.
Rohan lies at the center
So
of the
their
feudal
focus is
earth.
basically
These
on
horse
the
lands
cavalry,
have
which is
long
great
been the
for this
site
game
of
because it
war
has a
and
special
conflict,
effect that most
but
of the
its people
RTSs
now
don't
seek
have, and it's
peace
called
and
Trample.
freedom.
Basically, when the cavalry or mounted units, or big units like Mumakils or Ogres, Trolls, have the ability to trample the units, basically run through them and deal damage. Most of the RTSs don't have that for whatever reason. So we go over here. Again, basically I'm gonna be speedrunning most of this stuff as I am time limited, unfortunately. But that's okay. I'm gonna go over here, build another farm, take the creep. Destroy them. See, that was the trample in effect. Now, these are the Rohirrim, the horsemen of Rohan. They're best cavalry in the game. As you can see, that's the trample. It does incredible damage and kills most of the units in their path. Let's go over here, gonna trample them. And like I said, most of the units I upgrade to level 10 in the playthroughs, but this time I probably won't do that. I am basically gonna make some farms. Let's do a stable. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Perfect. An outpost. And the peasants go over here. Okay. Now, basically, this is a map control game. The more map you have, the more buildings you have on the outside. The more buildings you have, the better the resource values you get. You basically want map control like I have right here now in your PvPs, if anyone is gonna be interested in starting to play it in PvP style. Another creep destroyed. You guys go collect, yes, go over here. I'm gonna build an outpost over here. Send all the peasants, because they're useless right now. Send them all to the enemy, so they get destroyed, so I can get some more command point limit option, basically. Okay, here are some of the enemies, the mighty fighting Urukai. And they get trampled like it's nothing. Gonna destroy some of these ones over here. Gonna make some more farms really quickly. And one more Rohan battalion, but the rest will go into farms. Now, as you can see, the peasants are quickly destroyed. They're the weakest unit in the game besides orcs. Get destroyed. Making some more farms for some more resources. And yes, basically I'm speedrunning through this part. I'll have to otherwise cut the videos into half. Which is, I think, a poor viewing experience, if you ask me. Or I just post a lot of shorts. Hopefully the algorithm will then let me put out some more videos. Basically I can take care of this over here, make some more farms, but I'm doing good time. So I should be able to build up my units. As you can see, and basically every unit has, most of the units have formations. They have the straight line, for example, the horses they have, or the wedge formation. Each brings different bonuses and different disadvantages. For example, wedge formation gives 20% more damage, but they lose 20% armor, so basically they die faster. And then if these little pricks run in like that, they can quickly die. And when so they have battalions, the units, right? I'm explaining a bit of the game so it's easier to understand what's going on, because I remember when I played this as a kid. I bought it in 2004, 2005 when it came out, basically, because I was obsessed with Lord of the Rings as a kid. I still am. I didn't know what the heck was going on. Like, I didn't know what the upgrades in the game were. I didn't know what ranks meant, what the upgrades, battalions, nothing. So basically, each unit is a battalion of 5 or more units, except the big ones like Mumakil, Troll, and Heroes. And when they are upgraded to level 2, so the unit doesn't die until all the 5 units are dead. So what that means is basically that as long as one of them survives, I can always revive them as well. Or if they're level 2, they get an additional unit up front that doesn't do so much damage, and it's only useful as a level 2 because it revives the battalion. So example, I have this battalion over here, level 2. These two, for example, these 2 horsemen would perish. I would have only 3 left. But over time, if they're not in battle, the 2 would revive. So it's really good to have all your units at least level 2. And now I have all the units I need. The command points are full, so I can start attacking. So I can start attacking the unit. So I can start attacking the camp of the Uruks. We have our own camp, and then we have the enemy camp. Now, the goal of the campaign, the goal of the game is to destroy the enemy camp. Hutefong. You destroy it by destroying all the buildings, but if the citadel stands, you can build buildings, and the citadel revives. No building can be built if there is not a citadel. And this will be a very swift victory, and it is done. Now, usually I would make every battalion right here into a level 2 because it's a free upgrade. And it helps you along the game, but as I said, it's a chill playthrough. I'm limited on time as well because of YouTube. So basically I will be making I just won't do that. I just quickly go through every level that I can, and I hope by the time I get to Helm's Deep or longer levels I won't be limited to 15 minutes per video. So, now that I have a bit more time, let me explain a little bit more about the game for those that are interested. Again, like in the previous video, a big shout out to Beyond Standards for bringing this game back to life, basically, and the team behind All for One. It's either All for One in launcher or all in one for all launcher, something like that. Link will be in the description when I can put them, or just the name will be, and look it up. So, we are calculated with points by the end of each mission for whatever reason, because you can't redeem them or anything. It's just to see how good you do, but in the end there is no difference. It's either total victory or victory. So we have battle statistics. We have units trained, buildings constructed, resources collected, power points earned. Resources are basically for buildings and units. Power points are for the spellbook. You saw in the first video I activated 2 powers. They grant benefits to the heroes units. You can also summon units with them, so it's great to have them unlocked. And how many enemy units you destroyed and how many enemy buildings you razed. There's also a time bonus, but usually it's not worth much. Then you have bonus objectives. For example, I ranked up Eomer, the hero, for 1 level. I did that, but I didn't garrison the ruined towers with any units because I focused on horses. Bonus objectives are just so that you understand how the game works and to get some extra points that are basically meaningless. Hero veterancy. The ranks and the units in this game, unlike most RTSs, carry over to all the missions, to the next missions. So how strong a hero becomes is up to you, and how strong the units become, which is great, if you ask me. They really, with the Battle for Middle-earth, they really had something going. Unit veterancy, that's how many units gained rank. As you can see, only 3 units gained the 2nd rank. They got the banner carrier, that means they can be and stuff. And then we get territory bonus. They give command points on how much, basically, units, how big of an army you can have. They give power points that I mentioned earlier, that are used for the spellbook. And we get resource multiplier, and that is how fast you get resources. The bigger the multiplier, the faster, the bigger the resources are that you get. And that's that for now. Here we have in the next I didn't have enough time for the previous video to explain all this. In this one we have how many units were destroyed. You can also rename the units if you want. You can't rename heroes, but you can rename the units if you want. They have the current level they have, how many missions they completed, how many enemies in the mission they vanquished, and how many in the whole campaign. And that is it for the end screen. The movie Scream.
The elven city of Lothlorien has long been a land of peace and beauty. It is now threatened by the forces of Sauron.
Yes. As Gandalf perfectly explained, every part of Middle-earth is threatened by the forces of Sauron. So as you can see in the next mission we'll play in Lothlorien, the first couple of missions follow a lot to the movies, and basically we are forced to pick this mission, otherwise you basically have different territories with maps you can choose. So this will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, it only takes a second. Oh, I'm already starting to sound like a desperate YouTuber. Amazing. That wasn't even planned. It just came out naturally. So yeah, see you in the next one. We'll be fighting in the beautiful Lothlorien.